Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Oh, yes. EDF. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Laser Time Tuesday stream, where we occasionally tackle new releases, and this finally is a new release I can fully get behind. I'm Chris.
Dave.
Henry.
And this is one of my favorite game series ever. What is it called? Earth Defense Force 4.1. And what's the subtitle?
Boy, you got
something to spare. But Earth Defense Force, I love it a lot. It has zero fucking pretense at all, and it's just giant bugs are invading Earth. Kill them all. Waves and waves and waves and waves. Oh wait, is this the level we didn't like, Dave?
No. This is the level that I did quite enjoy.
And there's so many. I mean, it's all the same thing, but there's so many things to do. Yeah. Including upskirt shots. Hi, everybody. Juice Kabuso, Tanga Brandolph, Hulkin Laser Fury.
So, yeah, in Japan, this is known as Chikyu Boiganu.
How is our sound, everybody? Can you hear us?
Boiganu. But, yeah, this has also been known as Global Defense Force in America as well. But this got its start as Earth Defense Force is just like, hey, this is a cheap game on the 360. You want to play it? And surprisingly, lots of people wanted to. It turned into a real big hit.
I think it's fucking great. I love it.
So actually, my secret origin with this franchise was this game that Enix published. Enix, not Square Enix. Enix published on the PS2 called Robot Alchemic Drive, which is just this weird ass game where you fight robots, like giant robots, but you. It's basically like this character right here. You have to find a vantage point in the city to play as this fighting robot.
But it's always been this ridiculous game. It was in Japan. It was also one of these 2,000 yen series. It was a big deal, which is basically the same as this is a $20 game.
Yeah, I mean
at launch.
Obviously it's a little rough around the edges, but I mean what it does do is deliver hundreds of on-screen enemies constantly at a decent frame rate in a city that you can completely destroy.
Jonan Gregory says, my favorite quote from the previous EDF, why don't you go back home to space?
Terrible dialogue. I love it. But that's the thing. There's no fucking story to it. You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of learning about my protagonist's wife. And what is his relationship with his father? I don't know.
I see a long cutscene that's basically just a not good B movie.
Don't care. And EDF just doesn't give a fuck about that. Here's gameplay, constant gameplay, constantly unlocking stuff, getting new weapons, figuring them out.
Pupko says, Jesse Ventura was right all along.
It is the bug people. Hi, everybody.
No, this is it's a great game version of Starship Troopers, but without all the fascistic images.
Starship Troopers, who said that? So, Tang, of course it was you. I love Starship Troopers for kind of the same reason.
So yeah, this game is called Earth Defense Force 4.1, The Shadow of New Despair.
The Shadow of New Despair.
Actually,
I wish I was in that Japanese boardroom, guys, maybe it doesn't need a subtitle.
Well, so this is the first, I believe this is the first one published by Exceed, because this was originally published by D3, who are still the publishers in Japan, but I guess they're not interested in publishing stuff in America anymore, because a sister series to this, which was also a 2,000 yen release, was Onichan Bada, the bikini zombie hunter game.
That's right, Ghost Little EDF. Just so you know, there's no MP3 of Tron Legacy on Patreon. It's coming. If you were there,
tech problems.
If you were there, Drunk Hank made for quite a little shit show there. Again, funny as fuck, so I don't care.
It's worth rewatching on the YouTube.
And it's Tron Legacy, so
yeah, it's coming, but we had to salvage it. That wasn't your fault. We just didn't record the audio. We're having to convert it from the video.
So Tink is talking about you should play as the very Argentinian Casper Van Dien.
Oh, I love it. I love that they're all South American.
Well, Chris, you said this earlier, and I agree. It's something I always remember each time I play EDF. Is this totally looks like Japan.
Yes, yeah, because the last game had not a semi-unwelcome Western flavor, but these green berries. I don't even know what they're for. They're all over the place. Just the crooked intersections, the power lines are all. It's all very Japan. I love that.
Well, and also the high-rise buildings that are kind of scrunched in or tilted. It all. Yeah, I mean, this all looks like I'm walking the streets of Tokyo.
But yeah, I mean, Insect Armageddon, I think it was a completely different developer and all that. I think that game is, it's a little bit more polished. You won't find yourself in a situation where you have equipped the wrong weapon and there's no way you're going to win this battle. That's the problem with this game.
And
but
Ghost Little is asking, serious question, is this 60 frames a second? There's guaranteed to be Twitch issues, but it is now. I've seen it when Dave has the jetpack and he can zoom up above the city. It kind of drops a little there, but not in a way that makes the game unplayable.
You mean like this?
Well, yeah, so Dave, you are correct. The Insect Armageddon was the first, and I think so far the last EDF game made outside of Japan. It was made by Vicious Cycle Software, famous for Eat Lead, the Return of Mad Hazard. A great game, certainly a great game.
Night Dehumidifier says, I for one welcome our new insect overlords.
Well, so this game it also, if you're a big EDF fanboy, then you might not want to pay $50 whole for this because it's Earth Defense Force 2025, but with an expansion pack. Yeah, Definitive Edition for the PS4.
Which is hilarious because I don't think Earth Defense Force really needs an expansion pack. There are like 90 levels in this game.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy just to like build crates of houses and then drop hundreds of giant ants into it. Though the other positive I'll give this game too is like we haven't seen it in this stream, but when we were playing earlier, I saw like the signs in shop windows. I was like, they didn't need to do that.
Yeah, look at all that shit. Needlessly detailed. I don't know. Can't say enough nice things about
EDF. That's the next gen difference.
And I'd never say like if you're curious, just go out and buy it. This is one of those Happy Fruits Cake Fair. Happy Fruits Cake Fair. This is one of those games that could probably use your support. It's switched around publishers, so pick it up, man.
Brandolph, I think Chris Senpai has noticed you.
I said hi, Brandolph. Thanks, Chris. I'm getting Insect Armageddon on the recommendation of your review. Well worth. It's $20. That seems a little high, given that it's like that's like one of the last games I ever reviewed.
You were central to their ad campaign.
I was. I didn't mean to give but.
That wasn't the plan, and nor were you paid like you were.
No, but that's the counter argument to conspiracy theorists about marketing people in game arguments. Because like, I gave it an 8, and I'm like, this is not as important on like Uncharted 2 that had come out recently, but I'm having more fun with it than I did Uncharted 2. And I think I have to give it be responsible and give it an 8 in a world where there's games setting new milestones and breaking new territory. But this is, I said it's a 10. I'm giving it an 8, but it is a full 10 in my heart. And that was the pull quote they used on their ads. It says a 10 in my heart, Games Radar. And I lightly said, man, do you see that ad they put my pull quote in? And like, no, I didn't. What'd they say? He's like, it makes it look like I give it a 10. And the marketing guy, Future's marketing guys were like, dude, that's not cool at all. And he immediately got on the horn with D3. I'm like, I didn't mean to blow up anybody's spot. I don't really care. But they took the ethics there way more seriously than I did.
Yeah.
So that's, just a counter-argument to conspiracy theorists who thinks everybody's out to lie to you and screw you.
Austin SJ has this interesting thing, like, is EDF a sci-fi version of Dynasty Warriors? I don't think that's a wrong way to put it, but it's not bad to be that. Like,
He seems like a sci-fi, maybe not.
Well,
I think that's probably a really good comparison.
Well, no, because Dynasty Warriors also throws thousands of shit at you in not super detailed areas, but in giant maps, and it's basically a big playground. But instead of killing the Chinese, you're killing giant bugs and robots. I also thought it would Eat Lead. Oh wow, Ballerine Fishin says Eat Lead. Hey, let's parody the awful game mechanics by implementing the same awful game mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah, I
love this. Look at this shit.
Wow.
What a bunch of irresponsible aliens. This kind of technology, and they all hover in the same city square.
Every enemy in this game is very stupid.
But can you tell me a little about your weapons, Davey?
So the thing about this game is like there are hundreds of weapons. You pick them up, like they're dropping everywhere. Everywhere there's a green dot is a weapon or a armor piece. But so what I'm using right now is a homing weapon, which is great because there are like a million things in the sky, and this plasma launcher, which is just OP. This is the first weapon you get as a wing diver. And
that's your class.
That's my class. Maybe I'll show the other classes later on, but like the wing diver is just like.
Well, you were saying that you're sharing your energy, your weapon's energy is shared with your jetpack.
Yep. So I have to kind of balance them out.
So
that's a nice little mechanic, I think.
Yeah, because they introduced the class in Armageddon, and it was awesome to use the jetpack, but the sacrifice of the weaponry, like I never stuck with it.
Brendel says if MST3K did Let's Play, they'd play EDF.
So yeah, frame rate not exactly
To be honest,
6-10
if
all the
they
time.
want, like, if MST3K wants to be, for real, they want to be part of the future, they need to get on to Let's Plays right now. Like,
It's probably too late for those 60-year-old guys.
well, that's why they hired 35-year-olds now.
Did they?
Well, no, I mean, they can have Jonah Ray do it. And
I
the,
wish,
and the new
wish they
guys.
would hire me. I want to work with you guys so bad. You can pay me just fucking be competitive with McDonald's, and I'll go work for Rift Tracks in a
Room
second.
and board.
Yep,
Just
room and board. I'll live in Kevin Murphy's garage in exchange for working 60 hours a week at Rift Tracks or MST. 3K, a 10 in my heart. Wasn't that a Palette Swap Ninja song? Says SD Pro. Holy shit!
Who cares if it's 60 frames per second? Look at this shit.
Look at that! Yeah!
Because like in a serious AAA game, this is the kind of shit that maybe they'd save for the last level, but this is every level of EDF.
This is not even like 1/10 into the game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, did you get it? What did you just say?
Enabling self-propelled rocket launcher.
That's yeah.
I always thought, I always laughed at the dialogue they added to this game. We must push harder. I'm like, you could have just said nothing, and I would have kept playing.
Yeah, I felt like hiring Americans to make this kind of hurt it a little. The previous one hurt the style just a little bit. People are asking what the Vita version's like. We have not played that,
Yeah,
so
probably never will.
it's funny that it's finally coming out here because I remember the Vita version coming out in Japan. Wow!
Holy shit.
Look at that.
How is this game not crashing? Like, that's honestly impressing me most at this point. The game is just not like. No,
Look at your radar.
We
Look
quit.
at your radar. Looks like Ikaruga.
Oh yeah.
Like Vanquish, the energies for boosting shield and melee. Yeah. Good point, Ghost Little.
So look at all this. These
This
are all
game doesn't have as
power-ups
many
that-
bugs as Twitch. Tee so Tenga.
Yeah, this is Ghost Little. I think this is slightly comparable to Vanquish. The Vanquish is a more high quality product.
Oh my God.
Like, whoa! Wow. I think
Night
Camper
Humidifier
goes
says
inside
so many aliens. Donald Trump wants to build 2 walls.
I can build 2 walls.
No,
I know people.
No, the aliens. We got to build something different. We got to build a ceiling.
I can build a whole ceiling.
I built at least 70 of them in the Trump Tower. We can do this. I'll build a ceiling that covers the
I
world.
talk to people all the time. I call this guy, call that guy. How hard is it? How hard is it?
Ozone will be a thing of the past, so I'm told.
These aliens are bozos. They're losers.
These
They're
loser aliens. Bozos. God damn it.
Poopko says this crashes less than Xbox than Just Cause 3 on Xbox. Is
Which-
Just Cause 3 crashing a lot?
Yeah, I hear the performance is pretty terrible on Xbox.
Ghost Little says the radar looks like a delicious pizza.
It does look like an overloaded pizza.
Yeah, see, Austin SJ thinks it's pretty cool, all the stuff on screen.
We gotta build them domes, Brendo.
It was also...
Gonna build some domes.
Oh man, I want to tell people again, I'm real proud of our Star Wars Expanded Universe episode we posted this
Yes,
week.
up now on LaserTimePodcast.com.
Because we got in Star Wars EU expert Kat Bailey to tell us all about it. That she was having fun with us, but she was also having very sober discussions of like, well, no, the Yuzang Vong did this, and then they came from here, and then she just had the names like that. She's just like, oh, you mean Ging Grong Gigoo?
Not to derail the subject, Chris Capel, given $85 to the MST3K Resurrection campaign. That's the minimum amount to get all the episodes downloaded in HD. And thought that was fair, especially considering how many episodes of MST3K I downloaded.
Yes.
So I'm a big ass MST3K fan, and I did seriously deliberate because I was bragging to Henry earlier. I get hard by not spending money nowadays. Like it literally, I can jerk off to like how little money I spend. I eat cereal for almost every meal. I love it, dude, love it. Like I was looking, and it's like I want to give this campaign a lot, both to support it and get the Blu-ray. And I did make the justification. I probably have watched over 50% of Mystery Science Theater 2000's episodes in a way where nobody was paid because it was
On
impossible.
some guy's YouTube channel or whatever.
Because it was just impossible.
Yeah, it was.
So like I think only like 3 years ago, half of MST3 Science Mystery Science was released on DVD. Half.
Yeah.
That took 20 years.
And honestly, like that was the hardest work. Shout Factory put way more work into licensing those movies than they had to.
I love Shout Factory.
You realize now they partially did it like because they ended up buying MST3K. I bet they were just saying like we went to all this trouble of licensing all these fucking films.
But they're in the business of like preserving like unsung films in the first place, and like I don't know, it jives so well with Mystery Science Theater. I'm glad Glad they're
They're a
involved.
match made in heaven, and the Jim
And I remember them being like super
anymore.
honest. Like every time they release a new box set, they were like, "What episodes do you want?" And everybody's like, "Puma Man." He's like, "Here is everything I know about Puma Man. If you could help me find out who owns this, we will try and get it. But here's how far I've gotten. I've tracked it down to this company in India who claim they don't own the rights. My research says they do. We want to put it out so bad, and we know you do too. But we might need. They had to like technically crowdsource how to get the rights to Puma Man, and then they put it out.
Yeah, They did the same with
Camera.
They did the same with Final Sacrifice. Like with Final Sacrifice and a couple others, those were films that were owned by just one dude who made it.
Yeah.
Who was very insulted that it even happened, and so they had to pony up the dough to be like, fine, how much money do you want for us to sell your insulting?
Yeah.
Like, for us to mock you constantly, how much money do you need?
I doubt we'll ever get the Godzilla episodes on DVD again.
Toho's the one of like, they don't need. Gamera is even like, you make Gamera famous and we can sell. The only reason Americans know Gamera is because of Mystery Science.
Now I love Gamera a lot.
Yeah, Gamera is unironically good in a lot of ways. Boy, maybe I should get that. Maybe I should up it to the 85 for the digital motherload.
Well, you should look at that because I think that 85 only entitles you to the no other rewards.
Oh, so I don't get a fucking T-shirt?
Just up it to like 100 or something.
That's
Get
a
everything
lot.
else. It's $15 difference.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'll get the keychain, but not the T-shirts.
I love
a T-shirt. I'll buy the HD stuff later.
I love Mystery Science Theater 3000, and I have zero qualms whatsoever in making everyone involved with a past and current production rich.
Yeah, what? I also do like that they're going to be doing them all in HD as well. Like
Yeah,
they're going to.
that's going to look insane.
They need it, and they.
I can't even believe it.
I like that he was able to. This is a real thing about the show that. For the show, they had widescreen prints often that they'd have to cut off.
Yeah.
Same with, you cut off the sides and then put dudes along the center of the screen. You're losing much of what you can mock.
I guess, but I have a feeling the only reason Mystery Science Theater 2000 existed is because they were buying
The
chopped,
cheapest shit.
Well, the
yeah.
chopped TV versions. They weren't buying
This is a lot of ants.
That's why they had that awesome fucking Gene Hackman Maroon movie under a different name because they bought the TV version.
That's probably
Gregory
one.
Peck and Gene Hackman. It's called The Space Invaders, the version they have, but it's Maroon. It's the movie Maroon that one I think got nominated for an Oscar.
Yes. I feel bad for Chris Capel. He says, I'm in the UK too, so even getting the DVDs and Blu-rays is really difficult. It's just not popular over here because it never got shown. The exception being the movie, which got them into MST3K.
That's odd. The movie is so great.
It is great, but it is also like they're not making half the obscure references they would have made. It was great to hear Tom Servo say shit a few times, which was one of my
Tom
favorite.
Servo.
You interviewed. I love that when the one time you got to interview the Riff Tracks guys on Talk Radar.
Oh, can I ask him that geeky question?
You asked him why were you the guy who swore when it was swearing time? Mm-hmm. And I honestly forget his response, but that one we
Such a nice man. I've met all those guys too, and they're just interviewed them. They're all great.
Heritot says I've been borrowing DVDs of Mystery Science Theater from the library.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Also,
Dave switched classes.
Yeah.
Well, this is an earlier stage, so you don't have your jetpack yet.
Oh no, you do. You can play as the air raider from the very beginning, or the air wing diver. This is just the raider who is just like the ground.
Also, so Tenka brings up an interesting fact about today with game and movie releases syncing up. This came out the same day as the Blu-ray of Ant-Man. Ant-Man and this on the same day.
I went to Best Buy again today before buying groceries to see if I could take advantage of their buy two get one free game offers. Everything is pillaged. So, but yeah, tons of like a $27.99 Ant-Man Steelbook Blu-ray.
No way.
Get the fuck out of here. Steelbook? Does anybody really care about that?
It looks so. It feels so steely. It feels like you'll never step on it.
I want this to survive global nuclear war.
Yeah, I know. It's just. I wonder if their leader is Answer My Eyes Johnson. Isn't this the plot of Nausicaa? Says Dan Marr. It's very similar. It's very similar.
Except there'll be no solving the problem.
Brendolf says, yeah, it's hard to find MST3K episodes. He lives in Ireland. But I've been watching the ones I can find on YouTube.
There's tons on YouTube.
Yeah, it's amazing. Though, that's something I always wonder with...
Oh, these guys are back. I hated them so much.
So people,
they
I wonder this with The Simpsons too, but even more so with MST3K. MST3K makes references that don't make sense to people who don't live in, Minnesota, let alone America. So I wonder, you watch and you're like, this very specific reference to a Connect 4 commercial. Will anyone in Ireland know what that is?
What did
it's same with like when I watch Alan Partridge and he makes a joke about somebody having a Welsh accent. I'm like, yeah.
I have a little Joel in the back of my brain whenever I want to reference or talk about something that's not that popular. I don't think people know about it, and I think Joel's like, he was asked or by a writer or an interviewer like whether he was worried about making reference that nobody gets. He's like, the right people will get it. And like, Joel, I love you so much.
I do love that. I also like that Joel.
The right people.
I like that Joel's. These spiders are the best. I love these giant spiders. But I like that Joel had
what a pleasant attitude.
Joel had great responses too on the Kickstarter where he's been doing all these question and answer things. I can't read them without hearing his voice in my head reading them.
It's this, like relaxed, semi-baked Minnesotan.
Yeah. But one of the things he says is like people keep asking him like, but what movies are you going to do? What are these? Like, we have them picked out. We know they're going to be, but I have the haunted house attitude. If before you went into a haunted house and people told you everything you were going to see, that's not half as fun as finding it yourself. So, like also he says, oh, what are we going to do? We're doing this film that you've never heard of before, that no one has watched in 50 years. You won't, all you're going to do is watch it yourself ahead of time and ruin any jokes they can make.
That's so awesome.
So yeah,
hey, you got mid-air recovery. Uh-oh, Dave, they're coming down again. Where?
Well, get to a really high vantage point and I'll find out. No.
Well, yeah, Dave, what would you, if you were reviewing this, what would you give it
shit.
now? You could easily review it at this point. You
I did review 2025. I gave it a 7.5, which, it's really fun.
It's one of those things that always confuse me when reviewing games. Like, it's just like, I'm reviewing this, but I would recommend this to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And I've given higher scores for games like, I would never recommend Forza to any of you, ever. But I gave it a higher review.
Ghost Little is getting us slightly back on topic with MST3K, saying the giant spider invasion is a very underrated episode. I love that one a lot.
In case you don't know, the spider in that movie is clearly mounted to a pickup truck behind a hill, and every time you see it, the guy just goes.
These people running, as far as I know, cannot die. Watch. Wait, sorry, that was a bad example.
That's why they're saying.
Let's see.
And she's okay.
Get back up!
That's why they keep saying, "I don't want to die." You should tell them like you can't.
You cannot die. You have your own hell version of hell, which is living forever.
Giant Spider Invasion had their best running gag of "Go Packers" they ever did in the show.
Did that have Alan Hale in it?
Yes, Little buddy. So take a ask, has anyone checked out the Annoted MST3K episodes on their own channel? No, I haven't.
No, that's really neat.
No, that's something that Shout Factory has put on their own channel. That's just a note. Like, you can watch Mitchell, and when they make a reference to Orson Bean, you'll finally know who Orson Bean is. Because they're still, I'll watch episodes, I'm like, I still don't know that joke, or now I finally read this book, and now I know this reference.
I couldn't believe that. Like, I was digging into Kurt Vonnegut's like really deep, and I read his the published version of his only written play, and watched Mystery Science Theater 3000. Got 3 new references.
Wow.
Got 3. Thank you, Kevin Murphy.
Oh, hey, I'm going back through here. We've had several answers from Brendolph and Chris Capel, who are overseas. They say. Brendolph says, old Simpsons episodes still have references I don't understand, and I'll have to Google them.
Hey, that's what Talking Simpsons is about, yo.
And they're normally actors or politicians from the 50s.
I was really proud of myself for the the Dancing Homer episode. Googling the baseball players Burns reference specifically, happy to find out that they were baseball players from 1856, making Burns like a 200-year-old vampire.
Well, meanwhile, Chris Capel says 90% of the jokes on MST3K I'll get. I think it's possible because the UK gets so much American culture anyway.
Yeah.
A lot more than the US will get of UK cultural stuff.
I wish there was a Mystery Science game we could. There's a CD-ROM somewhere in the universe that they did make and never released. But
this bug throat stuck in the geometry.
Oh wow! Heritage says there's an MST3K club at the college I went to.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll get back to you guys.
So yeah, the thing with
He's not going anywhere.
It's funny. I really liked that episode we did that was like us appreciating BBC comedies and stuff. Like, though since then I've watched a whole lot more. I was just rewatching.
I'm gonna call him Cliffy.
I was just rewatching It's Alan Partridge, and it is one of the funniest things of all time. I love that series so much. But
Seth Killian he was saying like this is like the greatest shit ever if you haven't seen it.
But every episode there's at least one joke he's about. Like he did one episode where Alan Partridge loves James Bond, and he's having a conversation with his put upon assistant. And she says, "Well, I didn't like it when Timothy Dalton was there. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been played by a. It shouldn't be played by a Welshman." And then Alan Partridge makes a joke about him talking in a Welsh accent. I'm like, I don't know what a stereotypical Welsh accent is. Sorry.
It's actually an indoor level.
So this is one of the actual improvements they made to the game. They have these levels in like EDF 2025, but. There wasn't like dynamic lighting like this. Like it was just all lit up, which made no sense because you're going through caves and shit. This time, your weapons have lights on them that you use to explore.
That's Frankly Man is alerting us to the fact this game isn't coming to the UK until February.
Oh no!
Well, that's also because most of the niche Japanese game publishers, Atlas, well actually no longer Atlas, but Atlas, Exceed. All those people, they're US based, they're not Europe based, and so they have to publish it here, and then they'll license it to somebody like Rising Star or NIS Europe, and then they'll publish it in the UK. But that usually takes a matter of months. Like, poor British people had to wait, I think, almost a year for a couple of Shin Megami games to come out on the 3DS.
Well, when it comes to Nintendo stuff, you're pretty lucky, so I think it balances out.
Yeah, I mean, they got Devil's Third 2 months before we did, which, by the way, I would love to play Devil's Third on the shit show tomorrow, but I'm not spending $60 to do it.
It's not out till Friday, right?
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, we can somehow get a copy of that. I don't know how.
Nintendo doesn't want anybody to review it, though, so they're not going to... We have even less of a chance of getting that game than any other game.
Look at this. This will give me Destiny vibes.
Yeah.
Which we thought about. I was going to stream today. I just didn't think I love that they added Sparrow League Racing. I just didn't think it... it's not terribly compelling. It just seems like an official mod.
Ballerina Toastin says, if we want to truly learn about UK culture, we should play You Don't Know Jack UK edition.
Is it?
I didn't know there was.
I'm shocked to find out such a thing exists.
Was it? Well, instead of Cookie Masterson, is it hosted by Biscuit Masterson?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's a Dave level.
Henry, you're grounded.
I almost like finished that joke before you did.
He's like, I can't let anybody get this pun out.
I appreciate you giving me the space.
What are we buying with Patreon money, Bittersweet Jesus?
Hey, this was free.
Yeah, actually, we really colluded to get this for free from Exceed.
It's really nice of them, so thanks.
Thanks, Exceed, and we would totally give this a high score because you gave us something for free.
The 10 out of 10 on our hearts.
I love EDF. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Okay. Which do you prefer? Chris Capel says, which do you prefer, Paper Jam or EDF 4.1? I am PO'd that I have to wait an extra month to get Paper Jam, the Mario and Luigi game. But I guess Nintendo of America felt like they wanted to save it for January and next quarter, and I think behind the scenes, I have nothing to base this on. I think behind the scenes, Nintendo of Europe and Nintendo of America hate each other. I really do.
I can totally see that happen.
So also about Devil's Third, I want to share some other gossipy poop with you guys. So I've been following Devil's Third since the day it got announced. I am maybe the biggest Devil's Third expert in the game journalismological community.
Yes.
Because
find it on Facebook.
I interviewed Tomonobu Itagaki about Devil's Third in 2011. That's how long ago I talked to him about it.
Was that predated being a Nintendo exclusive?
No, this was when it was going to be published on the 360 and PS3 in 2013 by THQ. And this is an appointment set up by THQ, and Itagaki was a total dick to me and talked for me for 15 minutes of a 30-minute interview before saying, "That's your last question, I'm done." And also him insisting he knows enough English to insist to me that you write exactly what that translator says, you do not paraphrase it, and then he corrected her twice on a word she translated. I'm like, why is she even hear that? What are we doing? But I will say that the reason people always interviewed him back then was because he said whatever the fuck he felt like.
He was one of the few rock stars.
And he was working on games that people played.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back then.
Yes. Cut to E3 2014.
Holy shit.
Nintendo had just announced that they're releasing. Wow, look at that. That they're releasing Devil's Third, and I am supposed to get an interview with Tomonobu Itagaki, and I show up to it, and then they say Itagaki's not doing it, and you'll get his second in command, who was actually way nicer to me than Itagaki, and could tell I was a fan of Team Ninja stuff and appreciated that. So it was a much better interview, but now they look back on it, how Nintendo of America has treated Devil's Third like it barely exists. I wonder if Itagaki was just like, you guys aren't even advertising my game in America, screw you, I'm not talking to America. Like, I could totally imagine Itagaki saying
Maybe
that.
they're not advertising in America because it's.
It has a 44 on Metacritic.
Was it reviewed already?
Because it's been out for months in Europe and Japan.
Oh, okay.
So, That's 44 on Metacritic. It's bad. Like, and you watched it. It got shown on the Nintendo Direct we all watched.
Really?
In 4 seconds at the end. They're like, so yeah, December we have this game and this game and this, and also Devil's Third, and also it just goes by like the game box just flies by. No trailer, no showcase, nothing.
But there's the multiplayer.
People are talking here.
The multiplayer is on Steam for Devil's Third.
You can buy the multiplayer separately, and I believe they're going to put that out on PC later.
I think it's
so.
out now.
In Japan. Let's see here. Ballerina Toshinden says, yeah, NOE and NOA both have separate localization departments, even for English translation. Well, Ballerina Toshinden, I have to say, Nintendo of America's localization team is second to none. They are the best. They are so good. Nate Bildorf, I love you, man.
And by the way, if you have any questions about the game, it's one of the few games like more than one host is interested in.
Yeah, sorry, we've been talking about everything about this other than that.
So this is such a Japanese game that they have, like, if you're playing this online, a lot of this is, like, you can use these little,
Of course.
Yeah.
Optimized for Japan.
Yeah. Which, you can program your own things in here, and I love, this is my favorite thing to say in the game.
Yeah, I saw you said you wanted to play with a friend of our wives, Lucas Sullivan. I was gonna say friend of the show, but he's never been on the show.
He's
That's
on
true.
VGA.
Was he?
No, I don't
I could have
think so.
sworn he was. But anyway.
We should invite him.
Should. Lucas is great.
When I reviewed Defense Force 2025, we were playing online, and when I found Fooey, like, we just both cracked up, and I'm like, I love this word Fooey. It doesn't come up enough in, like,
Reminds me
conversation.
of my favorite Mario Kart option, because I just, every time I play Mario Kart online, all I do is spam, I'm using tilt controls.
So Frankly Man asks, what's the frame rate on the PS4 like?
It's a semi-solid 60 frames a second. So what are you doing here?
So now this is the
Blast
slow
hole.
as fuck.
The tank
the
class.
tank. So I'm gonna do a level with him, but I'm gonna do the first one because
Brandolph has a funny joke that it's easy. They have Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Europe have separate localization teams because they have to add the U's to all the words in England.
Oh man, that's probably the one guy in the apartment. He's like, he's the U guy.
Yeah.
This is a special
I put in the U's, mate. It's all up to
I'm
me.
using tilt
What?
controls. Why was that said so saying? Hong Kong Fooey.
Because Fooey. The word Fooey.
He's the #1 super guy. Who covered that on the cartoon album? Was that Sublime? I think it
like
was.
3 character models.
I think it was, yeah.
Ooh, I saw Norm Macdonald.
What I loved in all those songs is that they, once they get past the first minute, they're like, well, we need to embellish this to get this to be a 2-minute song.
Yeah.
So he's a #1. I remember, Sublime did
think
their
it was
shitty
Sublime.
rap over it. Like,
He's got a groovy spot.
He got
Stop it, just won't stop.
Stop, dude. Get #1 super chop. Zippity-doo. No, I
love
really
that
liked the. It was the only time I liked Reverend Horton Heat. Their
You should have stayed in that tank, dude. You were moving faster.
So yeah, Dave. Now you're in a mech, eh? Or a
So you have a
or
shield?
an Iron Man suit, I suppose. More so.
Slow as hell gun, but just lay waste to things.
Yeah, I love taking these things out with Gatling guns.
Frankly, man asks, why does Japan have to have little skirted, big breasted girls in every goddamn game?
Like this guy?
I guess he's talking about the previous level. Well, because it sells. I have a whole theory about this. You go once we were in Japan, and because I've been to Japan for a total of 2 months, I know everything about the culture and can definitely comment on it. But I think it is that in Japan, console games, they barely sell. And if you want to sell, you got to get as niche and otaku-y as possible. And part of that market, I guess, is believed to be you need naked women, or you need all the fan service you can get. And not everybody likes that. Like I've heard on the 84Play podcast, like they have Japanese citizens on it. They're also based in Japan and look for games, but like the Japanese nationals they have on the show are just like, yeah, I hate this. I wish they'd stop doing this. Of course, this character has ginormous breasts in the Vita version. This is garbage. I hate this. Like,
hey, guess what? It's a psychobilly freakout! It's just Gotenga.
it's bio-digital jazz, man.
The stream really doesn't like the gameplay, but loves giving us frame rates on the menus. What?
It's frame rates on the menu.
I mean, there's a lot of info on the screen.
It's a big HUD. It is a big HUD. I'd knock it down a few points for such a big HUD. Where's my magazine?
He's out of ammo. Oh. Yes, again, we were playing Earth Defense Force 4, something
4.1.
of despair. 4.1. Lovely and confusing.
Damn it. I still forgot it. I just read it.
Something of despair. I'm sure it says it on the Twitch page.
Everything's of despair. Oh, yeah, of course it says on the Twitch page.
I wonder if it could all fit on that.
It is the shadow of new despair.
Hi, welcome to New Despair. Guaranteed not to have any alien bug problems.
Courtesy
despair.
Flush, I'm sorry if the stream is getting a little chunky for you. Apologize, but we
not
should
really
have
anything we can do.
we should do a PowerPoint stream. I'd be into that.
A PowerPoint stream?
We'll just make a PowerPoint presentation about what we like. What's that place?
About how much EDF rocks. Man, this dude is slow.
But he's also...
But he's taking like no damage, but it's the first level. But he's level 0, right? This is where you would start if you just selected the player.
But this guy is for like advanced people only.
What? System
He
Shock
also
3 is
butt-
being made. By who?
By everybody but Ken Levine. The rest of the team that wasn't Ken Levine has got together and they've begun a
It
Kickstarter.
was like it somehow landed at EA or Activision or something like that.
Well, I think EA owns it.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with making it. They just got it through numerous acquisitions. It could be somebody else, by the way. Don't know.
Well, so Chris Capel, 2015 really was the year for Impossible Games to be announced. But this was not the... I believe it will be... 2018 will be the year Impossible Games get released. Like, Shenmue 3, you're not seeing that till 2018. I bet you will see an episode of Final Fantasy VII Remake next year, but that's it.
I was pretty
Psychonauts
shocked
2,
by that news. That's pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
Have they said how many episodes it would be? Or?
Absolutely not. But they did say they're doing episodic not to cut things, but instead to not cut things. 'Cause they're like, to remake the entire game, which is a like 50-hour adventure over 4 CDs, 3 CDs, they instead just have to like make it in chunks instead, or else wait 3 years to get it all out. And also, like, that's really not economically feasible for them. To spend all that money to remake FF7 and only sell you 1 disc in a retail box, not worth it for them. That's the economics of video games now, guys.
What the hell does that mean, Poop Ghost? Got my final grade, so I'm officially transferring to Monterey! Wait, you mean near us?
Ah, that's cool.
That's amazing! What? Make him
That's
do it
pretty
again,
great.
Dave.
Oh, I have this song.
Alien attack.
Oh shit! I didn't know they would finish for me.
You can make them sing?
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of stuff here. Let's see. Emma would be good. Happy.
You can lose.
That was totally worth it.
Only like half of them actually have like associated.
I love that song.
I have no idea where that.
Well, because that's a Saints Go Marching In, which is also the theme for
It's
Japanese. Oh, you're right. Sorry. I was just
I
thinking,
I can't sing it because the only version I know the lyrics to is the one from American History X.
Ooh, yeah, don't sing that. Don't sing that.
I used to love that movie. Wonder if it holds up.
I don't know. Does it teach you racism isn't as bad still or not? Because I feel like,
at the very end, a little walking alligator comes up and it says racism is bad.
And then you say like, well, this black kid killed Edward Furlong because racism is bad. I just spoiled the end of the movie for you guys. Sorry. You've had 20 years to watch American History X, and don't tell me that you're 20 years younger than me and haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
It was coming to the revival theater next month, I swear. After Assassin's Creed 4, I required all side characters to sing. EDF gets it. Is that the battle hymn of the Republic? I have no idea.
Brandolph says, I watched a decent anime series about Hikikomori, who makes friends with a college student and ends up developing dating sims.
So you're about to run out of ammo.
Yeah, reload.
Where would you get more?
He just reloads.
Oh, it just reloads?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Wow.
What's happened? Where are you?
Now I'm being...
Oh, you're being eaten.
Oh my god!
Can you have a shield date.
I know, but I... Oh yeah,
What
I
is-
forgot I can use that.
How do you get out of that?
I gotta shoot him, but my gun takes a second to boot up. I might actually be dead here.
Really? You have
Oh,
170 health.
You fell
You
on
have
health.
So much health left.
That's a tank class for you.
Oh my god. You should call him You should call him Paul Rudd for this. And again, we're back to this.
Maybe put some distance between you.
Yeah.
No, I know, I'm trying. Just want to be cool and use my shield against them.
Brandolph says they preferred American History X-Men. While meanwhile, Night the Humidifier says, why don't you write in smoke weed every day as an emote?
You really
Yeah,
should.
you can write in your own remotes. But,
Every
It's gonna
day.
take forever to write on
Frankly, man, I guess you would say American
Now,
History
jump
X
back and start shooting.
popularized the curb stomp.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't think they're proud of that.
It was one of the most horrible scenes I'd seen in film at the time.
Just the sound of the teeth scraping on
shoot.
the.
Why don't you start shooting?
It's a Gatling gun. It takes like 3
Throw up
seconds
your
to
shield. There's got to be a way out of it.
start. Pressing the shield button ain't doing it.
Harry Todd had a good stealthy Simpsons quote for here, saying, "Protect the Queen." Who's the Queen? I'm the Queen. No, you're not.
Get to the
Freedom,
resonator, Dave.
horrible
Is that even a fire?
freedom.
Might be the first death I get.
Yeah, your robo.
How can you not get out of that? There has to be a way for you to.
Shouldn't you have a giant explosion or something to
Oh my god.
create? It creates
Oh my
some
god.
separation.
Oh my god.
That's the end.
He's got 2 health, 1 health.
Still
It's
a
so
little
good.
good. It's still good.
Your Gatling gun is caught.
Oh no.
Spider mission failed screen.
Did you put on the mission that we were watching before the stream with like all the ships
Yeah,
in
I
it?
can go to that one.
Because yeah, that was fucking insane. And please pick your favorite class, Dave.
Yeah. Which is
Light Slash, you've been
When
missing
you
lots
die,
of robots, lots of bugs exploding, and us talking for a link to that Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, that was mighty indulgent of us. Thank you for being here and putting up with that shit.
That's funny.
Yeah, we're playing Earth Defense Force 4.1, The Shadow of New Despair.
Yes.
If you are just joining us, I love EDF.
The PS4 EDF, the new gen EDF Premiere. That's what it is. First ever EDF game on new gen.
Oh, okay, yes.
And obviously, because it's a. I'm thinking of the words I'm about to say. Okay. Obviously, because this is an old
That's disgusting.
series coming to new gen.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is an old series coming to new gen, they have to start with a remake. That's the rules. You can't make an original game first. You got to make a remake first. This is true for every. Like, this isn't just
Wait,
a
not
Japanese
this level.
thing.
The one you couldn't pass?
Well, now I got better weapons, so I think I'll be in better shape.
So you need to destroy this ship. Oh, God. I have no sense of scale here.
Courtesy Flush, I appreciate the suggestion, but I don't like the internet does what the internet does here. Like, we're doing our best.
Yeah, we're trying to work something
We're
out.
gotta
sorry
get
if
to the
it's-
Jatty store.
We're sorry if it's a chugging.
Yeah. So, I mean, this class looks more adept at taking out this kind of enemy.
Ballerina Toshinden says the menus are smooth as fuck.
Shut up. There's nothing I can do about it yet, but all this will change soon. Bam! Down!
Frankly, man,
Shit, it was so hard before.
Frankly, man has a great point.
The ship's coming down.
Yeah, let's get a good view of this.
Whoa!
No,
That is an entire district.
That's amazing. Or an entire ward, I guess you'd say in Japan. Oh, Dave, you're a terrible cameraman there. But doesn't that feel like... I feel like I'm walking the streets of Japan now.
Well, it looks like most buildings survived. Or actually not. Nope, look at that.
way.
Hey!
There's that crater.
You just put up a parking lot. That's fine. Yeah!
Paradise and boot up
So
a
that comes up every time you touch the touchpad, which is like, when you have fat fingers like mine, they hit that quite a lot.
So Tenga has a good one here saying, Jesse Ventura says, the answer in cahoots with the lizard people, the slow down laser time stream power.
He's in the pocket of big insect. I know this. I've seen it with my own eyes.
So right now I'm using the weapon that's called the E3 plasma launcher, which is ironic because this game was not at E3. Probably.
Were you at E3?
No. So I could be very wrong.
So
but it seems like a game that wouldn't get a lot of traction.
What's the goal here? Like to destroy all the answers for the ships?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. They gotta find those ships. Where are they?
Yes, sir.
It's a giant ship. It shouldn't be that hard to find.
Is it
Is
on
that
your radar?
Fuji-san? Is that Mount Fuji back there?
Could be.
Well, Ghost Little, we tried some things on YouTube. We may do more stuff on YouTube, but Twitch is where people are, though. More people are there than on YouTube. It's the problem. Well, that is a problem.
Where did
Where the heck are they? Oh, there
watch
they
your
are.
mouth, Dave.
So, Frankly Man was bringing this up, too, that I haven't played any of those PS2 games yet, the PS2 remasters, but I think it's inspiring what they've done so far. Inspiring is a strong word, but the War of the Monsters, the game nobody remembers or has much fondness for, they just put that out. I think possibly because it's one of the few Sony published games they could get the rights to or whatever.
I
But
have no idea what we're talking about.
the PS2 remasters, PS2 games that are now available as PS4
that's right.
purchases. They're 1080p upscaled and have trophies and stuff. Though it's not the same as 360 backwards compatibility because you can't put your disc ins. It's not going to play your discs.
You gotta lead that shit.
But I totally want to play. I want to play Rogue Galaxy. I really liked Rogue Galaxy when it came out in 2006. I believe.
I don't know anything about it.
It's a level 5 RPG, and level 5 makes great RPGs like Dragon Quest 8 and 9, Ni no Kuni. Yeah.
Wait, it's Rogue Galaxy?
Rogue.
Wait,
I've
I
been calling it Rouge Galaxy all along.
I did have
Why didn't anyone tell me I look like an idiot?
Ni no Kuni too. I didn't see any reference to Studio
Look at this,
Ghibli.
soccer field.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they don't need Ghibli to.
Looks like these
or
fans want to play ball.
Or they're just like, yeah, we got the art style. We'll just do it again. We don't need your help. But then
A little weird. I mean, that's kind of the cachet for me.
yeah. Well, they
Fucking
didn't
ants!
not say it. Actually, let me
Fling
go.
that shit in my face.
What is up?
Nancy Pelosi, why are you forwarding me?
Why does
stuff?
Sotanga announce his dinner here? It says easy peasy. I don't know, but I've come to find it very
I
comforting.
want it. It lets you know when it's dinner time. I like it. I like hearing these things. Oh yeah, Dark Cloud on PS4. That's Melopina's been playing
Why
Dark
Dark
Cloud on
Cloud?
PS4, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Lots of people like Dark Cloud.
Really?
at
I
the
thought
time.
like it
It
got
wasn't
terrible
the Zelda
reviews.
killer, as people called it. Like I would never play Dark Cloud before Wind Waker, but it's
More,
also
Dave, more! Send it down! Send it to hell!
Yeah. All right.
We were having such a hard time with this earlier, by the way. I don't even have a PS4. I just want
Uh-oh. I'm not gonna get out of the way of this. I'm not
one
gonna
for
get
my
out of the
fellow
way.
gamers. Well, what if it crushes you? Can it crush you? I bet
it
it
can.
doesn't. Buildings don't. Oh, do you think it'll take down those power lines?
oh shit! Oh shit! Don't land behind the building this time, Dave. Oh man! Whoa!
Such a slow fall.
What, you think
My
like
heart
an
is in
alien
my
spaceship
throat.
is gonna just dart right into the
I
ground?
thought it would be affected like
It keeps
by
going
gravity.
through the ground. There we go.
Yeah, I did that. Me. Me.
But where's this? So there's one more, right?
Ghost Little, I would like
I know.
God Hand on PS4.
Anyone
though.
need any manga?
Oh man, no, those snacks. I want all those. I miss going to convenience stores in Japan. I want
Oh,
Go-Go
Japan.
Curry. Yeah.
Only bridge out of town, eh? Not anymore.
GR gave Dark Cloud a perfect score. They
That's
did?
impossible. It would have been like
That's
Michael
not
or
true.
Christian.
I can see Michael or Christian giving it.
That game came out like what, like 2001 or 2002?
I thought it was a
Yeah, but
little
they were
earlier
doing
than that,
they were doing backwards reviews.
yeah, to have for like a year before the site
because
went
they
live.
felt it was very important that before the site goes live, they have all these old reviews. Like,
I mean, Polygon did. No.
And if we haven't said that before, the secret was why Games Radar was started again. It's because Future used to be a company called Imagine. And Imagine published 1 billion magazines, and one day they put up all their review content online from their 30-year history of magazines. They decided to call the site the Imagine Gaming Network, and then immediately sold it.
I remember,
that became IGN. And
I guess they were feeling like the internet's not the future.
And then the Future was saying, they're like, why don't we just make it again?
Let's just make another one. It's 2006. We should have a website.
GR eventually found an identity, I guess, but
yeah,
it was set up to be another IGN and port magazine content onto the web, so it would have a permanent archive of reviews.
You know what else wasn't helping GR was that at the same time they started GR to be the thing, they also bought Computer and Video Games magazine. Like, oh, we should have this too. Like, you can't have both. You can't. Or Computer Games and Video. This is getting too inside.
The term computer games, though, just bugs the shit out of me. Well, it bugged the shit out of me in 2006.
British people, can you confirm
games.
to us that computer games is not such a weird word to hear over there? Because, yeah, it's just like...
Hey, I'm still the guy that thinks video games is too long.
But that the URL was computerandvideogames.com.
It's so confusing.
Like, come on. Who will ever type that in?
And in the time before SEO, it was a weird thing to latch onto.
And now that website doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't?
So, nope. You can't find it. You won't find it.
So you got some armor there? Mm-hmm. Can you access robot levels now?
What was the PS2 game?
Oh, yep, here it is. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, boy.
What a good close.
Easy Peasy asked, what's the PS2 game where Chang Fat shoots dudes in the nuts? No, that was a PS... That was a
South Park
360
Stranglehold.
That was Stranglehold. That was a
Holy
360 game, yeah. Tequila time, baby!
See, here's yet another game ripping off D-Day. I mean, this is what happened on D-Day, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I watched that movie about it.
Wing Diver!
Pupto says, my grandparents call everything computer games. While Ballerina Toshinden says, computer games are played on computers. In the 80s, everyone in the UK played games on home computers.
This is true.
So they needed the what I guess, when they got... Everybody was started on computer
And I don't know where the
games.
definition ends for that, because what the fuck is the Sinclair?
Yeah.
Because Grim and I were laughing at Future shuttering Sinclair magazine in like either 96 or 2001. It had been around for
not
like...
a surprising idea.
The only Sinclair magazine I read is one that covers dinosaurs.
I knew that was coming.
Yes, Ballerina.
Did you see the dinosaurs cameo on SNL?
No.
What? This, like, what? Oh, yeah, it was really good.
I meant to look into
Oh,
that.
no, I did see that from the first guy
Fuck, what's it gonna do?
Me too.
got
What's it gonna
horny
do?
to, which I feel like is the first ever mainstream...
Are those lock-ons?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that guy so...
Was
shit.
that the first ever comedy on SNL about girls first time masturbating?
Yeah,
the first,
They've been around for 40 years. I think they probably made it.
I don't know. They don't like women all that much, so I can't
Oh.
see them doing jokes about
They've
women
only had like
masturbating.
Kristen Wiig and
Gilda Radner,
yeah.
Yeah,
Victoria Jackson.
But did they talk about masturbating as young girls? I don't think so.
Remember, there was one jerk-off joke I remember Jan Hooks doing.
Well, I remember that there was a
Lady
this
jerk
was, this is male jerking off, the preferred way of jerking off.
Yeah.
It was to a Wario, like it was Alec Baldwin playing WarioWare with his kids.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about Alec Baldwin as that touchy-feely...
Shoot him, Dave!
the Scoutmaster, whatever his character name was.
Canteen Boy.
Canteen Boy.
Oh, Canteen Boy.
So can you only shoot him when his head is out?
I think so. Well, no, wait, no, it's that little button on them on their chest.
Shoot him!
Kate McKinnon was the best in that song.
We were watching last night, and Ann didn't know she was gay.
You didn't really?
Yeah.
She is
Like, as a cast member, she could not have been more clear about
The
it.
best part of that scene, I don't even want to spoil it, is the dinosaurs cameo.
Yeah. But just like, I think that was maybe the actual suit.
It was so accurate. I was like,
It wasn't that it was so accurate. At the end of the sketch, like the guy takes the helmet off, leading me to believe, like, why would you even show that guy unless he was the original person in the
I
suit?
wonder. Though I can also see NBC spending that much money just to build the suit.
No one's talking about dinosaurs. That shit's just collecting dust. And
you turn off that rock.
I did get a little high recently, and that show's still pretty fun.
Night Humidifier is a good
I'm
thing.
afraid to tackle the issues.
He says if we learn
For a Jim Henson production, it wasn't at all.
Night Humidifier says
Steroids and puberty and shit.
if we learned anything from SNL, it's that one year
that my
SNL had anal rape as every punchline.
95.
Yep.
With one of the best casts ever, with one of the worst seasons.
That's when it was the frat pack. Well, I mean, that's when it was the.
Yeah, but it also
they're hilarious, but it was a very frat boy. Very few people are funnier than Chris Farley.
But they also had like
Janine Garofalo, Laura Keitlinger, Michael McKean, Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
Michael McKean, by the way, is only one of 2 people to host the show before being a cast member on the show.
Oh, Malakuta.
You know the other one?
Spinal Tap, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
No, he did it while being a cast member.
It was slightly after that era. Slightly after that era. And he was only
Billy
after
Crystal?
Yep.
Billy Crystal. I went to. I can't do a good Billy Crystal impersonation, but isn't it great that he went
Billy
to all
Crystal
those
would
New York Yankee games?
He would be absolutely fine if he was dead now. You're just bothered that he still wants to be part of the zeitgeist.
Yes, because he's garbage.
So you're saying if he was dead, it would be marvelous.
It would be marvelous.
I'm saying he would have I keep seeing like Grim freaking out like Billy Crystal sucks. I'm like, yeah, but he didn't to our parents. Like, what the fuck?
But he just keeps doing embarrassing things, like writing that article about like when Robin Williams got to heaven, he was having all this fun.
That was his
that's how
eulogy.
he's
He didn't
worked.
write that article.
No, he wrote the article. It was fan fiction.
It was the
about
eulogy he
Robin
gave at his
Williams.
funeral.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's just one of those like maudlin bullshit that he's just so into. I hate that shit. I hate that. Oh yeah, but on a separate
Billy
note,
Crystal is not worthy of your scorn. What just happened?
Melopino says that they just started
strange.
reading the Thrawn trilogy thanks to this week's episode of
That's
Laser Time.
that's the worst decision that's ever been made regarding a Laser Time episode.
Oh, it's funny.
This week on Laser Time, LaserTimePodcast.com, we discussed the Star Wars Expanded Universe with special guest Kat Bailey of US Gamer, Retronauts fame. And she has a remarkable memory for the Expanded
Oh my
Universe.
god!
Holy shit.
Yes, yeah. It was amazing. Oh, it's funny.
Learn about Luke Skywalker's kids and Chewbacca dying, and oh man,
And
this is the episode for you.
Yuzhan Vong.
Sean Vaughn.
And
the Interdictor. Jesus, you just killed Vector Man.
It isn't funny that Brendolf says some people don't like our wrestling talk, but he hates SNL talk.
Oh really?
SNL talk turns him off more than when we talk about
Who
wrestling.
said that?
Brendolf.
Brendolf?
Well, he's in Ireland. Maybe they don't have SNL in Ireland.
What if we talked about the Carry On film?
Or
They make fun
Bad
of sketch
Puss.
comedy.
What about
and,
Bad Puss?
Love that old British boss. He's like, we were asking about. He's a huge comedy fan. He was like, well, never heard you say anything about Monty Python. He's like, Americans don't seem to know that Monty Python in the UK is real dork shit. It's like mainstream and accepted here, but it's embarrassing.
Like, I'm editor-in-chief of a games website, but I think that's for dorks.
I think I impressed him the one time I talked with him about Phoenix Nights, which is a show that's never been aired. See, it's a popular British show, aired around the same time as the original Office, but nobody in America got to see it. It never came over here because there's so many song licensing fees.
Thank you, Courtesy Flush. I've now used the term Lord Bukkake at least twice, thanks to Laser Time.
Hey, people,
you're welcome.
People overseas, back me up here. Phoenix Nights, really funny show, right, guys?
Yeah. Turnabout, all that stuff.
Choose loadout.
Let's see.
SNL isn't on.
Heritot says they weren't surprised we didn't.
Right,
they
Dream
were
Sphere.
surprised we didn't bring up the Han Solo trilogy. Well, we realized there's honestly too much, even for the like 90 minutes that episode ran. There's too much expanded universe to cover
I
everything.
need to print out this load screen and send it to my mom. It says not everyone can drive. My mom
did she
drives
tell
very
you?
slowly.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say that she gives you grief that you don't drive anymore.
Oh!
She's like, you should be a car owner. Wait,
So do you need
she's
to destroy
Irish,
the
she should be
anthills
Irish.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty much ripping off
fucking-
Gears of War then.
Yeah. Next we'll be getting to the Resonator and all that shit.
Alaska Man, people definitely complain more about wrestling. No joke.
I did see a weird, like, it wasn't a complaint, it was on Facebook. He's like, I am about the same age of the guys. I love toys. I love SNL. I love everything they talk about except for one thing. Star Wars. I know I'm weird. It just, I have no connection with it. I don't care for it. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
But you might be a demographic of one.
Yeah, That is very weird. Taurus. I wonder what that's a parody of.
Ford Taurus.
They're gone.
Super voice.
Brendolph hates the Carry On movies. Well, so
I've
Tank
never
says, let's see. Oh yeah, somebody else was telling me that. Okay, Ballerina Toshinin says Phoenix Nights is good, but please don't go looking for anything else Peter Kay's ever been in. I
won't.
not.
I will not. This I can promise you. Oh no, we didn't have our star lighting on.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
Look at that. Now don't I look better?
Dreamsphere says they preferred the spin-off of Phoenix Nights starring Max and Patty, but I never saw Max and Patty. I have not seen the spin-off.
These are all words I don't understand. Okay, so the new Ni no Kuni has a character design from Studio Ghibli and a Studio Ghibli composer.
So
Cool,
because
thank you,
Studio
Light
Ghibli no longer exists, they just hired the. It doesn't exist as a thing. That's what I'm thinking, because it barely exists as a thing that makes stuff.
What are you waiting for?
They
Just
just
wait at Hill, Dave.
they just hire all the side people. Which, by the way, here's a secret preview for the new year.
Awful hole texture.
I swear we're gonna do it. A podcast episode where we discuss what is the best Ghibli film. We rank every Ghibli film.
My
from
neighbors,
worst
the
to best.
Yamatos. Number
Yamatas.
one, Yamatas. I've clearly seen it.
So Fine Day is what they call New Day Japan.
Fine,
Fine
they
Day.
sucks.
So they are the best part of Raw.
Is everybody dead?
Melokuya says the only wrestling I watch is when there's a laser
Wait, one
time
more.
commentary.
Hey, you've heard it.
We just did a 2-for-1 deal last week. One of the best matches of all time, and one of the
It's a fun match.
it's fun. Yeah, it's enjoyable in a certain. Ooh, look, I want to go to the top of that. Fuck everything for a
naked?
couple minutes. I'm gonna try to go. To the top of that.
Brendolph says the only good Irish TV comedies to watch are Father Ted and the Hardy Bucks, and I've only, you know how I've heard of Father Ted is because I watched the OSW review, the old school wrestling podcast.
I know Father.
Broadcasting glorious grapple
Father Ted. I didn't know it was Irish.
I knew it was Irish because the OSW review is an Irish show. It's all Irish guys who, when they make jokes about British people,
There better be a fucking Easter egg
so
up
funny.
here.
They did this.
Oh god!
Guys,
Oh god! Oh god!
I got it.
Oh wow! Let's see how this frame rate holds up. Not well. Look at
I mean, the water's going crazy, but the rest looks okay.
All right, here we
To
go.
the very top. To the
Yes.
tippity top.
So the thing about, look how far down everything is. They are off the radar.
You're gonna hit the roof.
Literally off the radar.
Oh, that
right
was
now.
so MLG. Oh, there's even another tippy top. There's got to be something cool up here. I refuse to believe it's here for no
So
reason.
they're.
I feel like that'd be at a Ubisoft.
the entire
game,
city is
maybe.
winking at me right now.
Is there any boxes or
So
shit?
every achievement in the or every trophy in this game is nearly impossible. Like I went and checked the stats and the
Oh, somebody's at the door, I'm betting.
the most common like trophy is like 50%, and the one after that is like 14%. Look at this.
Whoa.
The king of the world!
Even with all the power of the PS4, it can't. Well, I look forward to seeing everything come back in when you fall back down. All right. Man, you're going to such great heights, as the Postal Service said. Whoa! That was fun.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the few like somewhat attainable trophies is getting to like 500 feet in the air,
Wow.
which I would have like I did within like 5 minutes of playing, but that going up there would have definitely unlocked it.
So people are curious about the.
No, I just jumped off the top.
Chris, people are curious about the status of your water closet.
I got so much shit for that. But that's a closet that literally only the water heater is
Yeah,
in.
it's where you keep the water heater.
I tried to come up with it, but I was too busy being concerned about Hank falling through with it, and I said the word water closet.
Oh, wait, I wonder if I can even make this fall down.
Probably takes a lot of damage. Is that the Sky Tower? Or... Whoa! Look at that! Look at that!
Fuck. See, this game is fucking awesome,
Yeah.
people. Sing the praises of EDF.
I missed that about Red Five.
Death to games with dense backstories and human characters. More of this. God damn it.
Brendolph wonders if it's Bob Mackey or Brad Elston. You could be right.
How are they concerned about bugs in this game? I am like the biggest destroyer of Earth in this game.
Everybody, it's Robert Loggia.
The Sandlot.
Or-
That's the company that makes the game right there.
Is there-
Sandlot.
Is that Bob Mackey or Brett Elston? Nobody knows. Now you can tell. Brett, this is EDF, and it's the best game of all time. Exactly!
The Shadow of New Despair. Look at the spider web.
It's got the same enemies too.
Sorry, I'm not home right now. Walking through some spider webs to leave a message and I'll call
Hank, you're gonna get us
back.
flagged on Twitch. Gwen Stefani is too righteous.
A likely story. Jesus, the scream.
And I can't hear that song without thinking of Gwen Stefani gyrating in plaid pants. In the picture I can't remember.
Don't pretend that didn't work for you back then.
I was never into Gwen Stefani.
Well, Dave, what did you think?
There's something really unsexy about some members of ska bands.
Sasha Banks' booty shake last night was definitely intoxicating, I'd say.
People asking about it? Yes, Hank got pretty drunk last night. Wow, a Brett Elston.
Yeah, you guys, it's another thing. If you're not watching our commentaries, you're missing me getting embarrassingly drunk.
Yes.
Though,
And you missed my water closet being damaged.
though now this is empty. The Jim Beam maple is empty. No more. Ooh, actually, there's a few drops left.
Take it, Hank. I guess this will be our last level.
Yeah, we
I ain't going about an hour.
We gotta stop before 420, brah.
We do need to take off for 420, seriously. We got some sweet Chiba. There's the...
Yeah, I forgot.
There's the hive.
I tend to forget when I'm playing these levels, like, what my actual objective
I mean, no one expected spiders to pop out of an anthill. It just wasn't on the...
Black Pariah says they were secondhand embarrassed for me. But hey, they shouldn't be that embarrassed because I got 100 retweets today. Because I had a hilarious tweet that obviously you only get 100 retweets because somebody with 47,000 followers retweets you. But still, hey.
Who was that?
Damn, I forget the. I owe him so much.
I hope
Brad, I'm sorry I missed your text as well.
I hope it was Carrot Top. Boom, boom. I told you I thought I heard the door buzzing.
Well, everything in this game sounds like a door.
It does. It was hard to distinguish.
Yeah, there's just so much noise here.
What's the goal here? To destroy the anthill?
Noise.
Because those will continually
Noise.
spawn. If I can see, if I can find a health path, which are the white ones.
It's
It's right there in the
There's one
middle.
right in the fucking bug hole.
the person.
Bug
Well, you
hole.
can't see it off my phone. The
What do you
person
call
was
it?
at.
Mirage.
The person was at Skull Mandible. Also, Cohen is a ghost. And they have 47,000 Twitter followers.
Must
so,
be
yeah.
a popular streamer.
They say they're the
about
head
to die.
writer for Hive Swap, the Homestuck video game.
What?
I don't know any of those things, but they're
hope
more
they're not watching
popular
the
than
stream.
us, so they're doing something.
Many
right.
things are.
Oh shit!
Hive?
Hive Swap Homestuck?
Homestar Runner?
Brett's telling us
Brett's
what
off.
Homestuck is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's from the people related to Undertale. All right.
Lovely.
I'm very embarrassed I didn't know who that was. I can't know every video game, guys.
How is Hank on shots? I don't
I
know.
don't do shots.
I bet
I
if you send us maple liquor,
I just
Hank will
drank
drink
straight
it.
whiskey. Well, sure, yeah. If you guys, I mean, hey, it may be illegal to send alcohol in the mail, so maybe I shouldn't tell you to do this. But
I don't think so.
If
is
you've
it?
gotten anything from us through the Patreon, you have a PO box address, and you can send things to that PO box address.
And on that pluggery, we will conclude this stream. This is Earth Defense Force 4.1, the Shadow of New Despair.
Dave, would you
I
say
love
that's
Earth
worth
Defense Force.
$50?
Yeah. I mean,
I love those
I had
games.
a ton of fun with 2025, and I'm having.
I'm going to disappear into this. I'm going to put on some podcasts and disappear into this as soon as I'm done working.
Totally, yeah.
I'm taking
Do
this
co-op,
back for
man.
Christmas.
I'm
All right,
co-op.
guys, we are out of here. Thank you so much
See
for
you.
joining us. Go to lasertimepodcast.com. We got new shows for you all week long. Patreon people will have your commentary up very soon for Tron Legacy. And again, next week, Return of the Jedi. Please watch that with us. Patreon.com/lasertime and join us for that. And then join us later on for a Force Awakens special. All right, guys.